Hello friends, welcome to my channel FinTech Logics. So today we'll talk about government's role in upliftment of MSMEs. Now in my previous video we talked about the definition of MSMEs and why it is so important to uplift MSME sector for the overall growth of the country. If you have not seen that video, I provide the link here. Please have a look. Now, please, if you like my content, please consider subscribing because it gives a lot of motivation. So without wasting time, let's start the topic for today. We were talking about government's role in upliftment. So government has definitely realized now, and so it is probably very evident that how MSME sector contributes a lot for GDP and employment. So it is definitely has become a necessity to support this sector and to promote the growth of this sector. Now, if we look at the first program that formed a stepping stone of MSMEs is MSMED Act, which is brought forth by the government that point of time in 2006. There has been subsequent changes on this, but this formed a stepping stone by creating classification standards for micro, small and medium scale industries. Now why it is so important is because government can focus on creating schemes for different segment in this MSME. So for micro, small and medium, different schemes can be brought forth for their upliftment. So this is definitely, I would call it as the first step of MSME support. Now the next portion which was brought forth recently is Udyam registration or Udyam registration. So this enabled your MSME players to register themselves in a government portal. Now you would ask me why this is important. This is important from many aspects. First thing is that government would know about the actual number of these players and can create and execute schemes. This is the first thing. Second thing is that this also helps in getting data about these MSME players, because not only your name and address details, this also asks for a lot of your financial details, demographic details as well. So this information can be used by lenders to create and give better lending products. So this helps from your both angles. So that is why registration was very much essential, and this is a major piece that is lacking in India, I would say, because if you see other economies like US, they already have a wide infrastructure to register every industry in their market. So there are some private players like your LexisNexis also plays a very good role there, but they have an infrastructure which has a lot of information about the MSMEs, which makes your schemes and credit program much easier. So this is the step for that Udyam, which started capturing your details of your MSMEs. Now the third one regarding this upliftment was MSME portal. So wherein all your applications for government schemes, right, are put in this portal. So it might be any your subsidy programs, or it might be any government projects. All these advertisements are done here. So that is actually my MSME portal. The next one regarding this is MSME Samadhan. Now specifically in the micro and small segment, delayed payment is a big issue. Not only customers keep a bigger payment period of 90 days, but also there has been several instances of delay happening in the payments. And because these players are new in market, micro and small industries, sometimes they do not have that bargaining power to ask for their payment before if they want to keep the relationship with the customer. So government created a portal called as Samadhan, which would specifically look at all these issues. Even any complaints by the MSMEs can also be put here, and they are scrutinized and even followed up. So this is a very good step, specifically addressing to the delayed payment issue of the segment. The next one is about MSME Sambandh portal. So this actually enabled tracking and transparency of the government project. So what happens is government comes up with lot of schemes. So it might be your state government or central government, but normally these projects are given to the local players, because normally local players play some dubious games by knowing the people locally, and the worthy MSMEs do not get the option to do these projects, right? So to make absolute transparency in this aspect, government has introduced this MSME Sambandh. So by this, every government body, if they are giving a project, with the project details to your application details, your tenders, and finally fulfillment of the tender, everything has to be put here. And this brought forth a lot of good practice and eliminated a lot of dubious practices those were followed. The next one is about MSME Sampark. Now you would be surprised to know that we have a portal where all your MSMEs can put their job requirements with specific skill requirements, and pan-India anybody can apply those positions to join them. So in this way they were getting better skilled professionals that they were have to fulfill earlier from the local markets only. So this is definitely a very good step. The last but not the least is Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. So this was specifically started at the time of COVID to enable credits for the street vendors. This was very small ticket loans starting from 5,000 to 50,000. So this was created to help the street vendors who had incurred a huge loss in COVID times for their continuity of the business. Now you would be surprised to know that the NPAs for this one is almost nil. Everything is paid, and the need for this has also reduced, because in last 1-2 years post COVID, a lot of loans were taken, they were paid off, and people are now stable doing their business for that. So that shows the overall potential of this segment and their willingness to pay back the credits as well. So these were some of the steps which were taken by government. I would say this is a huge step for MSME upliftment, which is done by the current government and the earlier government also. Still a lot is pending in terms of the information bank for MSMEs and all. That is definitely needed for creation of GST infrastructure, creation of other benefits as well. But definitely we should admire the steps which are taken by the government till now. I hope you liked my video. Thanks a lot for watching.